Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2009 Kurt Schork Awards in International Journalism. My name is Sean Maguire, and I'm the political editor for Reuters. It's a great honour to welcome you here, as a friend and colleague of Kurt's, and as a firm believer in the values of intrepid, thoughtful journalism that Kurt espoused and which these awards honour and encourage. Kurt spent most of his journalistic career as a freelancer, on contract for Reuters. He was reporting for Reuters in Sierra Leone, when he was killed more than 9 years ago. So I'm particularly pleased that we are able to host this year's awards here in the London headquarters of Thomson Reuters, which is the parent company of the Reuters news organisation. And as many of you know, Kurt was not one for spending time at HQ, or in giving much deference to HQ, and those who worked there. So perhaps it's fitting that it's taken a little while for HQ to be the venue for the awards in his honour. We're here thanks to the good offices of the Thomson Reuters Foundation, which is a charitable wing of the company, which does great work in training journalists in the developing world, and in promoting free flow of information in crisis situations. If you get a moment to check out their AlertNet site, it's really very wonderful. Many of you here knew Kurt as a friend and worked with him. And we've had some time now to ponder our loss. And as we've continued our professional lives, to contemplate what light continues to be shed by his bright flame. The inquisitiveness, the sense of outrage, the deep disquiet over injustice, inhumanity, and the abuse of power are well-known facets of Kurt's legacy. And from his body of work, a deep practical lesson can still be taken for those engaged in the craft of journalism. It is the power of persistence, stubborn doggedness, uncomfortable endurance, and an awkward refusal to be diverted or distracted lay behind many of his best stories. And that's what struck me about the Schork Award winners over the years. So many of those honoured have been brave men and women who toiled relentlessly, wringing stories out of the unwilling and the hostile, refusing the temptations of easy journalism available to those who parachute in. They stayed the course and stuck to the guns and got the story. And we see those qualities again in this year's winners, who you'll be meeting later on. And once again, the awards focus on the major concerns of our time. Necessarily, the Kurt Schork Awards have tracked the horrors and hostilities of the first decade of the 21st century. From Iraq, of course, to Afghanistan and Pakistan, and Zimbabwe. But also from the human rights issues of modern China to the abuses of power in Ghana and Liberia. This year the focus is clear. AFPAC, the policy wonk euphemism for two interlinked, deadly and profoundly significant conflicts in South Asia. That is the subject of the work that has won prizes for two of this year's winners. And it's also the subject of our debate tonight. After the prize giving, our panellists will discuss Pakistan, Afghanistan and beyond, covering conflict in hostile states. Before we go on, I want to thank the Institute for War and Peace Reporting for its fantastic organisation of these awards, and also to thank the jury who make the choices that give the Kurt Schork Award its stature and significance. First of all, David Rogers and Nick Moore, formerly of Reuters, Mark Danner of the New York Review of Books, Aung Zaw of the Southeast Publishing Group Irrawaddy, Isabel Hilton of China Dialogue, and John Burns of the New York Times. I last met John Burns on a bridge in Baghdad in April 2003, on the day when Saddam Hussein fell. And he was a picture of professional engagement, studiously pencil noting the chaotic drama of the day. So today, in more serene surroundings, thankfully, I'd like to welcome John, who will guide us through the prize giving. John.